And I know that some people feel like, Sammy, you're speaking up about what's going on in the current administration, but you didn't say a word during the last administration. And you're right, I didn't. I was able to sleep at night without thinking what kind of craziness is going to wait for me as I wake up tomorrow morning. And so I was at ease and I wasn't watching as close. Maybe I should have been. Maybe I should have been. Maybe when I speak about implicit racial bias, injustice, and the need for reconciliation, I should have been paying attention because what would seem to be the rolling back of civil rights. It alarms me because I see the pushing the envelope when it comes to the Constitution. It alarms me when I see what is happening to the economy that affects us all. I wanted to come on today. I won't be long to check on you to see how you're doing. So much going on, and I'm sure that most of us are feeling very fatigued. It seems like every day that we wake up, it's something new. And when we thought that yesterday couldn't be one upped, it is. Whether it's the economy, whether it's executive orders, whether it's new laws that are being enacted, it's it's a crazy time. I know that during the pandemic, the word unprecedented was used so much, so I'm going to try not to use it. But again, I just want to check on you. I want to see how you're doing. I want to see how you're feeling. I want to make sure that mentally you're doing well, that you're hanging out with folks that you trust and are processing what is going on. It's so easy during this time to kind of check out, or, for me, I check out by watching movies or just listening to music. And I find myself either looking at things, whether it's news or watching videos. And I find myself at times feeling angry. I'm not hopeless, but I know that some people can feel that way because it would seem like the rug is being yanked from under our feet every time that we turn around. So please, by all means, whether it's, seeing a therapist. I know that I have a psychiatrist that I talked to. I just spoke with him on the 20th and shared how I'm feeling with all the current events. I don't know about you, but I did not give my consent to live in this dystopian time that we're in. I feel like, we're all being forced to live during these turbulent times. And some like it. And if you like it, then by all means, celebrate what's happening. And some don't like it. And you've got to do something. You've got to speak out if you don't like what's going on. Now, for me, up until 2016, I was as apolitical as you would come. I felt like what happened, especially at the White House, didn't affect what happened to me personally. But something happened on 2016 when I saw an individual come down an escalator and immediately felt like attack brown people, and something inside of me just didn't like it. I don't think that anybody should be attacked, regardless of whether you're white, black, brown, Asian. No one should be attacked. And we cannot clump people in these groups and say that this group is this and this group is that. There's good people and there's bad people in every group, but we can't clump them. And it was at that time that I began to speak up. And I know that some people feel like, Sammy, you're speaking up about what's going on in the current administration, but you didn't say a word during the last administration. And you're right, I didn't. I, in essence, was able to sleep at night without thinking what kind of craziness is going to wait for me as I wake up tomorrow morning. And so I was at ease and I wasn't watching as close. Maybe I should have been. Maybe I should have been. Maybe when I speak about implicit racial bias, injustice, and the need for reconciliation, I should have been paying attention because what would seem to be the rolling back of civil rights. It alarms me because I see the pushing the envelope when it comes to the Constitution. It alarms me when I see what is happening to the economy that affects us all. I'm not a rich person. I don't have billions of dollars just nested somewhere at my disposal. And because I work with people who are marginalized, it not only affects them, what's going on economically, but it also affects my nonprofit and how we help people that are marginalized. Because we not only help students, but we also help the families that these students belong in. And so it just feels like it's a bombardment. It feels like we're in this headlock daily, and it can feel very overwhelming. So do me a favor and find something that can take your mind off of what's happening. Find some people that you can talk to openly, you can talk to candidly. I would suggest that you do that on Facebook. I know that sometimes I will post some things on Facebook and it upsets people. And I'm not trying to upset people. I'm just trying to voice the best that I can in a community, because most of the people that I have obviously are friends on Facebook are people that they're actual friends. They're actually people that I have interacted with throughout my life. A lot of these people are military brats like myself. A lot of these people are my colleagues, pastors that I have walked with for a long time. And it seemed like, regardless of what group it is, that something is said that could be upsetting. And sometimes it's even what's not said that is upsetting. But we need to find a space where we can dialogue about all of this. We need to find a space with people that we can trust, even if we disagree on things, to process it. It's good to process things. It's good to talk about things. And I don't want to be one who's being told what to think. I don't want to be one who's being told how to react. Let me figure that out, just like you need to figure that out on your own. But it needs to be done in a constructive way. And what I see happening today, whether it's politically, economically, socially, racially, in my opinion, it's very unjust. It's not being thought out, and it's affecting people that don't even realize like it's affecting them yet. It's like that whole term, you can put a frog in a pot of water, and while the water is lukewarm, the pot is not hot, the water is not boiling yet, but you put that frog in there and you begin to boil that water, and little by little that frog will acclimate to the temperature in that water, to its demise. Eventually it will get boiled, it will die. And I feel like we are in a boiling pot. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be put in any kind of situation like that. And so my thing is to resistance in a way that is nonviolent, process. And this is the way that I am. I process out loud. I process as I'm speaking. I need to be able to make sense of it. I need to hear myself say it, whether I'm for something or against it. And I sit down with my friends and I say, hey, this is affecting me. Am I looking at this the wrong way? So I would say to you the same. Sit down with some people that you trust and process this out. Don't sit in an echo chamber. Please don't do that. I have folks that we can disagree and be very respectful with them, and I appreciate when they push back on the things that I'm thinking. The other day, I'll say this: I've posted two things. One was a meme by a man named, I think it was Chris Hedges, where he said that he felt like the Christian right are heretics. Strong. I wasn't looking at it that way. He, in essence, was saying that he had gone to Harvard, the Harvard Divinity School, and what he had learned about Jesus was that Jesus didn't come to make people rich. And he named some ministers. He named a very large church in Houston, and the pastor that leads that church. He named another individual who has passed away. I'm not going to name him on here, but people felt like I was attacking these ministers, and I'm not. I agreed with what the individual said, with what Chris Hodges said, as far as Jesus didn't come to make people rich. Agreed with that because I come from a place in my religious upbringing where I used to be part of the Word of Faith movement, which is now called the Prosperity Gospel. And I don't agree with that anymore. I'm deconstructing from it. And so that was the vantage point of why I posted what I posted. But people ask, Sammy, are you clumping everybody and saying that people that are on the Christian right are heretics? Well, no, I don't believe in Christian right, and I don't believe in Christian left. You're either a Christ follower or you're not. I think that when we merge politics with our submission and surrender to Jesus, then we're convoluting who Jesus is in society. And then I posted another picture yesterday where it was National Day of Prayer, and there was an individual. I'm assuming that he was praying, but the optics looked like he was bowing in front of the president and those that were standing behind the president. So the optics just did not look good. And my caption was, what in the idolatry is happening here? And obviously, some people liked it. And then there were some people that were like, Sammy, in essence, it looks like he's praying, calling me out. And I don't mind being called out. Again, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to admit it. I think you guys heard that when I was on the podcast with Dr. Phil. I apologized to the Haitian community when I joked about during the debate between Trump and Harris, when he said that, folks in Ohio, the Haitian community in Ohio, were eating dogs and cats. I did it as a joke. It was not a good joke. And I apologized to Dr. Phil, and I apologized to the Haitian community because it was wrong. Sometimes we can see something and we can make a quick statement or joke about it, not realizing how insensitive it is. And so if I say or do something wrong, I will go to the people that I have offended, and I will go and ask them to forgive me. I will apologize for those things. But again, I'm not posting things to stir up. I am a pot stirrer, I will admit that, but I'm not posting things just to offend people or to make people upset. I'm processing. It's my way of processing. I see things and I respond to them. And for some, it may seem like, Sammy, you're being very impulsive with these things. Why don't you stay quiet? Why don't you post some verses, talk about yes, and leave all this other stuff alone? I can't. As I've said before, if I'm silent, I feel like I'm being complicit. And if I see something that's wrong, then I need to say something about it. I need to do that for my own conscience. It's for my own conscience. I'm not doing that to try to push my views on anyone else. Even though I'm doing this podcast, this really it's a conversation. I want to have conversation. I want to see the comments. Whether you agree with me or not, I want to see your comments, so long as they're respectful. You can tell me that you don't agree with me, but just do it in a very respectful way. Similar to when I sit down with people that disagree with me, we respect each other. And we can say to each other, I believe you're wrong, but do it in a way that does not dishonor or disrespect the person that we are in disagreement. So I started this asking, how are you doing? I think that we need to take some time to unplug, to refocus, to settle ourselves, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We need to settle ourselves. For me as a Christ follower, I know that Jesus is on the throne. He will never leave his spot as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, as far as my life is concerned. And so while I see concern societally, I know that ultimately he's in charge. But for some people that don't have that belief system, you need to be able to ground yourself. You need to be able to take care of yourself and be in a place where this stuff is not affecting you. People react to things differently. Some people get affected by it and they will go shoot up a theater or a grocery store or a mall. We can't have those kinds of responses when we feel stressed. We also can't just be lashing out at people and condemning people because they hold certain stances. We need to be merciful. And today, I want to extend mercy to you by saying, please take care of yourself. Don't get bogged down by this stuff. It can be overwhelming. Just take a step back, think about it, process it, and regroup. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, we have the pleasure of having Luke Bobo. He'll be my guest on the podcast, and I'm looking forward to hearing everything that he has to say. Thanks for listening. If this helped you, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.